Hi you guys, welcome back to the channel. On today's video we are going to be learning how to make a dart for a dress. If this is something you've been struggling with, come with me and let's learn together. You guys, we're going to be using this dress form and we're also going to be needing these materials: your ruler, your measuring tape and your chalk. So we're going to start by taking measurements from the shoulder to the underbust and marking that out. Mind you, that's not where your dart starts from. So we're just going to use that as a guide. So your dart starts from 1 inch below the underbust, which is 13 for this person. So if you're doing this for the front side of the dress, it's going to be 13, and if you're doing it for the back side, it's going to be 11. So let me explain, right? The dart, when you're doing the dart, you're going to go 1 inch below the underbust for the front side, and you're going to go 1 inch above the underbust for the back side of whatever you're going to be doing. So here it's a dress, so obviously you're going to go 1 inch above for the back side of the dress and 1 inch below for the front side of the dress. So here you're going to do your underbust divided by 8. So this person's underbust divided by 8 is 3.5, and we're just going to mark that out there. And then we're going to go back to our shoulder and measure out where we want the dart to stop. So for this person we're going to be doing a 19, because like I said before, this is a smaller person, but for a bigger person you're going to be doing a 24, 25, because the length of that person is there, and then the person is a bigger person not a child, the person is an adult. So that's why you're going to be using 24, 25. Now 24, 25 depends on how tall that person is. That's how much you're going to be using. So us back to us doing this, we're going to be using 19, and the reason why we're using 19 is because we're not going to get all the way to the hip, because if you can see on the image here, 20, 21, 22 and below goes all the way to the hip, and we don't want that. The hip doesn't have any dart whatsoever, so we're not going to be doing any dart on the hip. So we're just going to measure this now, and we have a 6. But before we do anything with that, we're just going to take our underbust all the way, like 3.5, whatever the person's underbust is, whatever your underbust is, that's what you're going to mark out. And you're going to be using this part as a guide, because that's like that's the middle part of your clothes. When you fold and you draft and cut, that becomes the middle side of the front. Since you're not adding a zip whatsoever there, that is the front, that's the front middle part of your cloth. So there's that. So we're just going to do it all the way to the top, and then use a ruler to straighten it out. Next thing we're going to do is on this very line here that we've made that has our 3.5 on it, we're going to go and mark ½ inch on both sides. So ½ inch on one side, ½ inch on the other side, and we're going to do it for 3 places. So the first, the second and the third part, that's what we're going to be doing. So for us to get where our second part is, we're going to be doing this 6 that we have here divided by 2. Whatever we get, that's where our middle is going to be. So the easiest way to do this is just take your measurements, fold, and then you're going to get like what you need. So for here is 3. Instead of you to run to a calculator, you can just do that. Divided by 2 is 3. So we're just going to rule a horizontal line across. So next thing we're going to do is make a diamond shape. So we're going to use our ruler now, and we're going to start from the middle part of where we have our 3.5. We're not going to start from the 1 inch from the top. So I did this on a paper here so it will be clearer for you to see. So we're going to start from the inside and go to the middle where we have our 1/2 inch, and then from the middle to the downside where we have our 3.5. So it's 3.5, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, 3.5. It's just like making a diamond, but I pray you understand what I'm saying. So we're going to repeat the same action on the other side. I'm guessing this paper one is clearer because the chalk wood is not as clear as I wanted it to be, but I can still see, but this is much clearer. And I pray you understand what just happened there. So the next thing we're going to do is just open the cloth and then get the middle part of the cloth. So remember that the cloth has already been ironed, so that middle side it's really visible for you to see. So what we're going to do is just draw a line, and you see that when you fold it back, that shows you that that's the middle part because you arrange everything. So the next thing we're going to do is just trace out these 3 horizontal lines that we have on the other side as well. So next thing we're going to do is just take our tape and we're going to mark out where our 3.5 is going to be for the other side of the cloth, and use our ruler to just rule a straight line across. So we're going to repeat the same action that we did on the first side on the second side. I would advise you to use like a pen or a pencil because chalk sometimes can be very messy and they will leave a bigger line than you were expecting, but this is what we have right now and so far it's neat. So I'm going to work with this. So you see how it's only snatching the under bust and the waist because that's how it's supposed to be. So going over to the sewing machine now, we're going to just fold this like this to get just one side of the diamond, and we're going to sew on top of where we have our lines printed out for us, like our lines drafted out for us. So like I'm doing here on the paper, when you sew and you get to the middle part, place your needle in the middle part, turn the cloth around and then sew. Don't forget to tack when you're done. We're going to repeat the same action for the other side. So when you get to the middle, just put your needle in, turn the cloth around and then sew. Don't forget to tack when you're done. This is the front side of the cloth, you guys, and see how it's only snatching the under bust and the waist side. This is the inside of the cloth and this is what we have tacked. This is what it looks like when you're done. This is what it's going to look like. You guys, I like the fact that this is so neat, and I like the fact that I did this with you. I hope you learned something new. This is all for today's video. You guys, please do not forget to like, subscribe and leave a comment down below. Don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you'll be notified when I post a new video. Don't forget to love yourself because I love you. Have a beautiful day. Bye.